So we thought maybe to get the word out about your organization and to highlight sustainability.
My name is Samantha Cooper, and I am mapping Mars river systems. Using high-resolution images, I was trying to figure out how much water was flowing through river channels on Mars. I found that the gradient of these river channels were extremely shallow, which would point to water being there for long periods of time. Through these cross-sections, I could determine discharge, which shows us how much water is flowing through the channel at any given time.
Hi, my name is Chad Mino. I'm a geology major. My research involved chemical and mineralogical signatures surrounding a potentially leaking gas well. We took our samples here at this well, one down gradient and one up gradient from the well to determine a significant difference in the two soils. We compared our results to Dressel from Penn State in 2010 with those values. We determined that the potassium levels were a regional soil composition and the calcium levels were associated with a road salt. A higher resolution of samples would need to be done over a longer period of time to determine if the leaching of elements was a factor in this well.
Hi, I'm Maggie Projan. I'm a psychology pre-med major.
I'm Sarah Duffy. I'm a psych major and a crim minor.
Our topic was looking at the proactive and reactive responses of stress in male and null lizards. We were looking at social and non-social stress in lizards, and we used restraint stress as our non-social stressor. And we used a video of a male doing aggressive behavior as our social stressor. We were trying to see if the social and non-social stress would give them an eye spot, and that means that they're stressed out. We're trying to test the stability of the stress response, but we're unable to do this in the social stress because they didn't respond to the video. We were able to moderately correlate the non-social stress over time, but we're unable to correlate this to social stress.
My major is fashion merchandising.
I'm Tessa Narens, my major is fashion merchandising.
Hi, my name is Virginia, and I'm a biology pre-med major. Okay, so our poster is on status of women in 2015 U.S. media, and it's basically how women overall have neither achieved equality in pay or in their workday assignments in the media.
To the 2015 survey, women only earn 92 cents for every dollar men earned as positions in the media, and so we're trying to raise awareness to have equality for women and men.
There are some recommendations given after our research. For news organizations, they're to staff with attention, diversify the source list, and raise awareness.
Hi guys, my name is Sarah Pellis. I'm a senior in the nursing department, and I did research on interventions to combat hypothermia in neonates. So what happens is whenever a baby's born, they actually can't shiver, so they get cold a lot faster. So what we did was we researched on how to figure out how to keep them warm. So what we did was we looked into different types of articles, and what they showed is that if you just hug a baby, just like you do any other person, they actually get warmer faster. As you can see, out of 100 people, 96 chose to do this instead of putting them in an incubator. The benefits to this is that it's actually faster than any other type. The satisfaction increases and it's free. I mean, who doesn't love free stuff?
Hi, I'm Joseph Reds. I'm an economics major.
Hi, I'm Kayla Good. I'm an economics and Spanish dual major.
I'm Lucas Mafrica. I'm an economics major.
Hello, I'm Danielle Yashinsky, and I'm an applied anthropology major.
And I'm Ryan Fallon. I'm an anthropology major with a minor in sustainability studies.
Poverty in Indiana County, and both quantitatively and qualitatively through an economics and applied anthropology classes.
Food insecurity is a big problem in Indiana County. A lot of families aren't able to get to food, which qualifies a lot of Indiana County as a food desert.
And that in turn plays into childhood poverty, and there are a lot of children who are affected by food insecurity and not getting education.
So in order for residents of Indiana to make a living wage, they have to make at least 2 times the minimum wage that is received. One of the biggest issues we found is that transportation affects everyone in Indiana County. About 43% of the families cannot make it to where they need to go.
As economics students, we got to look at the more specific barriers to poverty, while the anthropology students got to look at client interviews.
So through semi-structured interviews and focus groups, we could really attach some life histories and experiences to the quantitative data that the econ class got for us.
And transportation. We also included factors in looking at other aspects such as mental health and physical disability and how those affect poverty in Indiana County.
Found out that the most interesting thing was that the clients and the employees had completely different opinions on stigma and how stigma affected their views of poverty. Clients didn't find the stigma to be as much of a problem as the social workers did. So thus we learned that poverty is a multidimensional problem and should not be characterized by stigma or other factors singularly.
I'm Brittany Burkhart for criminology. I'm Katie Fox at my major sociology.
I'm Angie Lakis, I'm sociology.
Imani, sociology.
The topic is substance abuse rehabilitation programs and their relation to reducing recidivism.
Of our study is because the prison population has tripled over the last 2 decades, and nearly 68% of arrestees are tested positive for 1 or more illicit drugs.
30 case studies through the EBSCO host using the meta-analysis method, and we've used the substance abuse, recidivism, and programs as key terms.
In our 30 studies, we found that 22 confirmed our hypothesis of having a negative correlation between our independent and dependent variable. We found that the best treatment program would be in-prison group treatment to lower recidivism rates.